There's very few movies where I would seriously label critic films, and The Mastermind is one critics are going to love, and I think the audience is going to despise. Me, let's see where I am on this spectrum. Chase Lee Hockey here with Blue Futon reviewing The Mastermind. What's about pretty simple premise. We are in 1970s and this guy, he's just not working. His wife's doing the work and I don't know if he just doesn't want to work. I mean, it seems like he's an architect. However, he's at this art museum. He's like, I think I could steal a couple of these paintings. It'll be a pretty simple job. And I'll sell them on the black market, make some money and be happy. However, of course, things are not that simple. I have no idea what that was. And shenanigans ensues in this slow burn, methodical film. And so with this, I am not the biggest fan of this one, so I think I'm going to be with the people on this one. Like I said, I think the critics knew the director, the writer, the editor. She's the same person, and I think they just love her filmography. Have I seen a single one for other films? No. But watching this, I don't know if I would be interested in watching the other films because this is very slow. It plays everything out, and some people are going to love the long takes, and some people are going to love the long shots, which I don't mind a good long take when there's good dialogue, like There Will Be Blood with Paul Thomas Anderson, Daniel Day-Lewis. Here, there's not a lot of dialogue in a lot of things, and the score is doing a lot of the talking. And I think the score is pretty good overall. It has a nice jazzy beat to it, but like I said, the score is about 90% of the film. 10% of the film is probably no score, 9% is the other side of the score. And I just think getting from point A to point B to point C to point D in this movie is just a slog on some scenes. You're just like, what are we doing to get there? What's the point of this movie? And I think that's the big point is like, yes, this guy thinks he's a mastermind and he just keeps going down this spiral. And pretty soon we got to figure out when his comeuppance is going to come. And he's going to be done skis and put in jail forever. Or does he make it out alive? Because he is, quote-unquote, the mastermind. So, keep going with the negatives for this one. Or no, let's go with positive. Let's start off with positivity. The acting is pretty good overall. O'Connor does a really good job. And he's really the only one that's in, like, every scene of this movie. Everyone else is a supporting character, like Hope Davis, Haim. She's also in, like, Licorice Pizza and other people like that. John, Marsgrove, if I'm saying his name correctly, he's barely in it as well. But they're all pretty good. The aesthetics of the 1970s really does work because if you make this movie in today's day and age, you're probably not going to, have a lot of things happen in this movie. Let's put it that way because, the security, CCTV, fingerprints, etc., happening in there. After watching this and Play Dirty, it's kind of funny. They're both heist films, completely polar opposite films. Play Dirty is literally a balls-to-the-wall action nonstop fest. This is what human characteristics do in situations like this. And people say, oh, this is a human movie. It's very human. Yeah, I could agree it's a very human film. But at a point, do I need to watch two characters walk down the road for 30 to 45 seconds? Do I need to watch this camera spin around the room while this guy's cutting a picture? Do I need to watch this long take of someone driving? No. Do I need to take this long take of someone going through clothes? No. Do I need to look at this long? You get what I'm getting at, right? Where it's like these takes sometimes take too long. I understand you want to get in the psyche of some of these characters, but gotta know when to cut the film just a little bit. And like I said, this almost feels like highest to lowest dealing with the score as well, where the score is doing a lot of the talking. Is it as predominant as highest to lowest? No. But it's still that jazzy feel that wants to move the characters as well as the story along. So, like I said, I like the aesthetics, I like the cinematography, I like the look of the film, the 1970s aspect. The acting's good, but my God, the pacing and the writing, it's like, I don't know who this guy thinks he is at some level. Like, does he really think he's this smart? And things like, oh, also, the longest one was him putting a box of painting up a ladder. That's all I'm going to say. It's literally him going to the barn, taking out the 4 paintings out of the box, taking 2 paintings at a time up a ladder, another one up the ladder, the box up the ladder, putting the paintings in the box, him figuring out how to close the box. This scene was like a 5-minute 5-minute scene. You're just like, what the shit? You gotta cut. I understand you're trying to elongate it to have like a final ha-ha moment, which it's like, oh, that's funny. But God, didn't need to have it's like one of those jokes where it's like the punchline needs to happen. Where's the punchline? It's taking way too long. Where's the punchline? Where's the punchline? And this movie does that a lot. Man, 8 walkouts in this one. Some people are walking out like with only like 15 minutes. I'm like, just stick it out. There's only 15 minutes left. You got it. You got it. But nope, some people just had enough because it was also the ending. You're like, oh, this is the ending? Ha ha, JK. Oh, is this the ending? Ha ha ha, JK. Is this the ending? Ha ha, JK. You're like, okay, I guess we don't know when we want to end it. But when it does end, you're like, okay, this is the ending. So you do understand that. So overall, The Mastermind, yes, it might be an aesthetically pleasing movie. It might be an aesthetically sound movie. But my goodness, I didn't need an hour and 50-minute movie of this. This is just way too long, way too overbloated. Pacing was horrendous. It needed to be edited a little bit down. Like I said, I understand the humanistic approach, and I'll give props to that. But my goodness, at a point, I need more. I need more than just a talking film. And if it was not as any good dialogue where I could actually root for some people, sure. But yeah, just not my cup of tea at all. So The Mastermind will receive a 2.5 out of 5 with Futon, which equals at 50%. Let's see what the critics and user scores gave this one. And like I'm saying, I'm guessing critics are going to love it. Probably nothing for the audience score because it hasn't come out yet. Audience score, like I said, 0. Critics say 89% with 44 of them. Critic consensus. Kelly Reichardt crafts a heist film at her own iconic pace with Mastermind, a contemplative crime drama that glides along Josh O'Connor's effortless watchability and scrumptiously vintage aesthetic. I'm pretty sure I mispronounced 2 words in that one, but oh, she did First Cow. I heard a lot of people like First Cow. Oh, she also did Showing Up. I own Showing Up, but I haven't seen Showing Up. Oh boy, I'm curious now if I'm even going to like Showing Up. Anyway, this one's not for me. It just wasn't, and I think a lot of audience members, one that actually gets some audience scores, is going to drop. Letterboxd, I haven't checked yet. That's some pretentious people as well. 89.50. Chase Soccer, the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. I know this Futontopia. You Blue Futonians. Thank you for watching. A great day. I'm going to watch this tape tomorrow, a week from Monday. Here for now. I was just going to freaking one of you. Peace and love. Peace and love. And what did you think? Are you a mastermind? Me? Hell no.